Sadly, we can create false beliefs in our mind that are not trauma related. As a child, we have a childlike mind and we can process truths erroneously. It could take years before we realize those false beliefs that we've held on to. Take a listen to this podcast to learn how I took an experience as a child and I created a very distorted belief that I applied to most people. Welcome to my podcast, Giving You a Fresh Start After Trauma. I'm Regina Sanchez, your host, and I'm so glad you're here. Starting over after trauma can be a blend of real pain and some hope, sadness and then some joy. It's a mixture of moments of faith and then moments of fear. There will be times when you'd rather not remember, but then times of excitement. You may fail along the way, but if you keep moving forward, your discouragement will turn to peace. Some days you may feel like giving up, and other days you're running in your race to victory. That, my friend, is a journey of having a fresh start after trauma. And if you are in any of these places and need some encouragement, you have stopped at the right place. Let's journey together to giving you a fresh start after trauma. Join me now to be revived, rejuvenated, and restored to a place of living free from your past emotional pain. Hello, friends. Wishing you a happy Hanukkah and a very Merry Christmas. I'm glad you're here to join me for this short podcast. Let's get started. For the past few weeks, I've been talking about the importance of renewing our mind. If you hadn't had a chance to read about them or listen to the podcasts, and you would like to listen to them or review those writings, below in the show notes are links for you to find them. But today, I want to continue our conversation about the need to renew our mind, but not necessarily from trauma. I've spoken in the past about events or things that happened to us as a child that can affect how we think moving forward. Because our mind as a child is frankly immature, we tend to process these events in a childlike fashion. And it doesn't have to be about abuse or from abuse or traumatic issues that can cause a distorted way of thinking. Let me give you an example. Years ago, when I was a child, I think I was probably 5 or 6 years old, I went out with my dad to run errands. And back in those days, cars were much different than they are today. We had bench seats in the front, not bucket seats, and we didn't even wear seatbelts, and I think actually most cars didn't even have seatbelts. But this one particular day, I was in the back seat, sitting on the edge of the seat, resting on the back of the bench seat in front, which was a standard protocol for driving or for being in the car in the back seat. Well, we stopped at an intersection, and in those days, there were police officers directing traffic, if you can imagine that. We stopped for a few seconds, and the police officer then told my dad to take a left. And I thought, how did he know that my dad wanted to go left? Well, like most kids, they ask questions, and I did. And I said, Daddy, how did he know you wanted to turn that way? His response, I told him. So in my childlike mind, I thought, oh, I guess I just didn't see my dad point that way. So then we get to the next intersection, and my dad needed to take a left again. After a few minutes, seconds, or whatever, the police officer points to my dad's left and gives him the okay to go. Now, at this time, I watched my dad because I really wanted to not miss this and know what happened. Well, he did not do a thing with his hands to motion to the officer which direction he wanted to go. Whoa, that was mind-boggling to me. Well, at this time, though, instead of asking more questions or even saying, Daddy, I didn't see you tell him, how did he know? I, in my childlike mind, came up with my own conclusion. And sadly, they were not good conclusions. Number one, the first conclusion I came up with is people withhold information from you. Number two, people don't have to tell you the truth or explain the whole story. And number three, which was something that I carried with me for many years, was I'm just stupid and I don't understand. Now, there was some truth to what I deduced because my dad did withhold information from me. But I broadened that characterization to most people, not just to my father, who did that. Yeah, he withheld information from me, which was a trait of his. He could have told me that there was a blinker switch that he would turn on to let the officer know which direction he was going, and I would have understood better. He could have also explained where the blinker would show up for the officer as well, but that was not my father. So in my childlike mind, I came up with the conclusion that people withhold information. Now, not all people have done that to me, but way more than should be acceptable. I took that issue that happened to me and I painted it amongst most people. I accepted this behavior for years, and frankly, I attracted that type of person. Instead of confronting those people who behaved that way, I would just shut down. And there would always be a part of me that would know they were withholding. But I would just shut down. I wouldn't pursue it. I wouldn't push it. Now, the issue I experienced wasn't traumatic per se, but it did cause a mindset that I had to clear out and renew my thinking when it comes to asking people questions. So now if someone does that to me, I will pursue a clearer answer. Now, should they choose to continue in that behavior, I may confront them, or I just may move on from my question and that relationship, because I don't need that type of person in my life. Does this expose anything similar in your life that happened to you and you need to renew your mind on? Take some quiet time. Reflect on major issues in your life that don't seem to get resolved or that continue to repeat themselves. That's usually a trigger for a root of something. Perhaps there's a belief you took on in your childlike mind that needs to be renewed. It would be worth renewing, I guarantee it. I love this quote from C.S. Lewis that says, "There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind." What thought patterns do you need to leave behind? Now, if you uncover something, then go to my prior message where I give you that step-by-step guideline on how to specifically renew your mind. The link again is below. I hope this message sheds some more light on the need to renew our minds from past misbeliefs. Know, friends, that I am here for you should you need any encouragement, love, support, or guidance. Or if you need help on how to renew your mind and what steps and strategies to take. I'm here just a click away. So thanks for listening again. And if you know anybody that could really benefit from hearing this message, please pass it on. And also, please give it a like or leave any comments that what message or what I may have said to you that may have sparked some truth into your heart. So thanks for listening again. And be blessed, be encouraged, and know that you are loved. God bless. Thank you, my friends, for taking the time to listen to my podcast. I hope you found it uplifting and encouraging, and that it guides you to having peace, love, joy, and health in your life. If you would like more information on my coaching programs, then go to my website, reginasanchez.com, where you can see the services I offer to give you a fresh start after trauma. You can also find my book, Can I Have Your Heart, Daddy, on Amazon. It is my personal journey back to the heart of my Heavenly Father. Be blessed, be encouraged, and know that you are loved.